This is a job interview from hell. I've been in business for 40 years. Your prize is working with me.
From across the country, 16 tycoons of tomorrow have come to London.
Don't start telling me that you're just like me, because no one's like me. I'm unique.
They're here to compete for a job with a six-figure salary, working for Britain's most belligerent boss.
This is outrageous. You haven't got a bloody clue. Not a bloody clue.
Famously hard to please, Sir Alan Sugar controls a vast business empire worth over £800 million. Once again, he's on the hunt for an apprentice.
It's up to you. You open your bloody mouth, or I'll fire the whole bloody five of you if I have to. I don't give a shit.
To land their dream job, the candidates will have to live...
A decision has been made. Sir Alan has made it.
And work together.
We look like a right motley crew.
He's got a hat on. Look for a man in a hat.
We are sprinting. We are sweating.
But there's just one job.
You're fired. You're fired. This was a total disaster. You're fired.
Previously on The Apprentice, the candidates flew to Marrakesh, armed with an exotic shopping list.
Anybody have any idea?
I've seen these, plenty of these, yeah.
To barter with the best in the business.
50. I only have 50.
Project manager Jennifer got it wrong.
Okay,
This is white, and we need to get a green one.
we need to go back and change that.
And Jenny and Michael got in a flap, hunting for kosher chicken.
I want it blessed.
Like this.
On the other team, Lucinda and Sarah flourished under Lee's leadership.
That is pretty spot on.
In UK, it's not 300 dirhams. It's very less.
They managed to bag all the right stuff
Okay, 1,400 shakes. Thank you. How much?
at competitive prices
I'll pay him 1,000 dirhams.
and swept to victory. In the boardroom, Sir Alan was shocked by the losing team's kosher catastrophe.
Michael, you're a good Jewish boy. And you've gone to a halal butcher, a Muslim, and you've asked him to sell you a kosher chicken and do a prayer over it.
That's correct, Sir Alan.
That is correct, Sir Alan, and I had absolutely no reason to believe that it wasn't kosher.
Are you telling me you don't know that kosher is associated with Jewish people?
No, Sir Alan.
Economy with the truth
No. No good.
got Jenny the chop.
You're fired.
But Sir Alan wasn't finished.
I think this team is totally out of control. You're fired.
Project manager Jennifer became the 8th casualty of the boardroom. Now just 8 remain to fight for the chance to become the apprentice. "6 a.m.
Good morning, Ray speaking.
Hello, this is Frances calling from Sir Alan's office.
Hi.
Sir Alan would like you to meet him at St Bartholomew the Great's Church in Smithfield. The cars will be ready to pick you up in half an hour. Oh, and please pack an overnight bag.
Right, okay. Perfect. Okay, guys.
We're more than halfway through the competition, and I can see people cracking up. They're very tired. They're showing that they're not adaptable, whereas I feel that I'm starting to gain momentum.
The last 8 weeks have been a bit of an emotional roller coaster. In life, I would just not associate with these people. In business, I would fire these people. So I am thrown into a situation where I have to put up with it, and I've found it incredibly difficult.
Well, here we are in this wonderful church, St. Bartholomew the Great. It's a church which some of you may recognise because it was used in the film Four Weddings and a Funeral. Now, the subject of your task this week is weddings. Weddings are very, very big business. I've got you 2 stands at the National Wedding Show in Birmingham. You are going to represent suppliers and manufacturers of items such as wedding dresses at this exhibition. And it's very, very simple. The team that sells the most amount of merchandise will win, and the team that doesn't will lose, and in that team, one of you will get fired. Now, I'm going to reorganise the teams a little bit to balance them up. So, Hélène and Sarah, would you move over here? And Claire, move over there. So, everything clear?
Yes, sir, Alan.
Off you go.
The National Wedding Show at the NEC in Birmingham attracts up to 20,000 visitors. With 300 exhibitors, it's packed with brides-to-be ready to spend big money on their big day. Tomorrow, the teams will be here selling wedding dresses and romantic accessories. The team that makes the most money will win.
I'm so happy about this task. I love dresses. I'm a girl. Every girl dreams of wedding dresses.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I'm kind of anti-marriage, and it's going to be interesting. We've got the cynic and the optimist.
I know.
Today, the teams have until 4 p.m. to visit wedding dress businesses spread across London and select one to represent at the NEC.
It's going to be very important that they choose the right product. I mean, a woman hopefully only gets married once in her life. It's mostly the most important purchase of a dress she's ever going to make. So it has to be perfect.
On Team Renaissance, Hélène steps forward as project manager.
In terms of wedding experience, I used to model in bridal shows. It's a few years ago now, so I've got a bit of experience there. And being a girl, obviously I've been involved in a lot of my friends' weddings.
Project manager for Alpha, Lucinda.
If we're planning our route...
In addition to dresses, the teams have to select one other wedding product from a list of businesses provided by Sir Alan.
Do you think it makes sense that when we split sub-teams, that one team goes to do the wedding dress shops and then one team does the other services? You don't want to lose any information across the wedding dresses.
Absolutely.
If we're doing, I'd like to, do all of them so we can make a clear decision.
Central London's near North London, so we should probably have one faction of the team going to Central and North London, and the other team going to South London, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Okay.
So can we split these out then?
Okay.
Keep in touch, guys.
Will do. See you later. Good luck. See you in Birmingham, guys.
The 2 most important things in terms of the way we need to come across is obviously professional, which goes without saying, but passionate about what they do.
You're right, we have to be very, very professional, very interested, because we're going to represent them at the end of the day.
On Helene's team, first stop for Michael and Sarah, top bridal designer Ian Stewart.
Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Hello,
I'm
how are
Sarah.
you?
His dresses sell for up to £2,500.
Oh, wow.
Well, I can tell you that looks great.
It does look great, yeah.
If both teams want the same product, the business will choose which team to go with.
What I actually really love about this, more than anything, is it's not just a samey line of dresses. Do you know what I mean? There's such a rich
really
diversity
something for everybody,
here,
yeah.
and that's absolutely crucial.
I feigned interest very well.
Brilliant, brilliant.
That's what I do for a living. I can pretend I'm passionate about the most insignificant thing and pull it off with an effortless charm.
That's exciting. That is
really
exciting.
good.
Where do you kind of get your inspiration?
Just like lots of old films and history books.
Yeah,
kind of
there's a kind of very
feels for it.
theatrical element
Yeah.
to these that I think's great. It's an acquired taste, but I do think that being different is the way forward. Some of them were ghastly.
I was like, why would one want to wear such a thing?
Yeah, I think the biggest selling point is his name.
Across town, project manager Hélène visits another wedding dress business.
That's a soft scoop.
Their speciality, coloured dresses, all under £900.
They start from the red, going to the black, gold, into the pink, and then we're going into the blues.
The first thing that jumps out at me is fabulous, but you know, it's a very acquired taste.
The thing is, if you think of all the celebrities at the moment that have just got married, Jordan, Jodie Marsh, what colours? And they all follow suit. The brides want to be like a celebrity.
The price was a key thing for me. You know, I think it was the sort of dress you picked up and thought, God, it's lovely, but I bet it's really expensive, and it wasn't. So the price kind of offset my objection to the colour.
Let's do this.
On Lucinda's team, only Claire and Rafe are visiting wedding dress businesses.
Hi, Ian.
Rafe, nice to meet you. Hi, Rafe. How are you?
You want to come through to the showroom?
Yes, please, thank you.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Stunning.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I was really happy when Lucinda asked me to go look at dresses. I think Lucinda knows what I'm like. I love fashion. I used to work in a designer clothes store. I'm a typical girly girl.
What do you think about this? This is a beautiful pink dress. You're having a country house wedding. It's got very light silk organza skirt. Also comes in ivory and other colours.
And how do people know about you, Ian?
We show our collections both here and internationally.
Where internationally?
The whole of the world.
Okay.
The thing is, most of the girls at the wedding show are going to know our collection anyway, and they're going to be looking for our dresses.
Just been in wedding dress ecstasy. It was absolutely unbelievable.
He has won for the last 4 years Best Bridal Designer.
So this guy is like the head honcho of wedding dresses. Excellent.
Project manager Lucinda is hunting for another wedding product to sell alongside the team's dresses. She's at an exclusive cake shop in Putney, South London.
Most of our designs are very simple. They are clean lines. The most important thing to us is the look of the cake and the taste of the cake.
It's gorgeous.
It's absolutely lovely.
Cakes are approximately £600 a pop. Is that expensive? Well, I don't know.
1 p.m. 3 hours before the teams must decide what to sell.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Claire.
On Lucinda's team, Rafe and Claire are in South London to see dresses for bigger brides, size 16 plus.
Oh, Rafe, maybe I should get a boyfriend. It's really beautiful.
It is very nice.
I wonder how many of the 7,500 people coming into Birmingham tomorrow are going to be between a size 16 and a 32.
Yeah.
Is it a bad partnership if we had cake and...
Size 16 dress. I think we need to remember that those people in a size 16, 32 dress are size 16 and 32 for a reason. They love cake.
Sorry.
Cakes are next on the list for Michael and Sarah.
The most important thing for me, second to the wedding dress, is cakes. And you know, I've been on a cake course as well,
fantastic.
so I understand a little about cakes. I think cakes is a big part of the whole wedding theme, and it's mostly going to be women, and you've got to have cakes.
1 hour to go before final choices must be made.
This is the absolute wow factor. You've absolutely got to have this. This is the easiest salon you'll find.
Personalised wedding lingerie and honeymoon beachwear are next on the list for Alex and Helene.
I think it's lovely and classy, and you know, looking at this stuff, I think it's really pretty.
I think this is awesome.
I know. I bet you do.
I think I'm quite hung up on this. This is brilliant.
I'm very passionate about it myself, and I definitely want to represent you on the day. So if the other team chooses yourself as well, I obviously want to be first choice.
Okay,
so, lovely
great.
to meet
Good
you, Sharon.
luck with it.
Yeah, thank you.
And yourself too. You're welcome.
Smaller items, you know, £20, £30, you know, they're going to be a lot easier to sell and get an order there and then. So I think that's how we're going to win this task.
Hi Helen, it's Michael.
Hiya, how's it going?
Our meeting with the cake provider went absolutely brilliantly. We're looking at, for let's say a 5-tier cake, £545.
Yeah. A lot of these wedding shows about people going to browse. Could you get someone to buy their wedding cake at the NEC? No. I don't think so. I think you'd really struggle.
An intelligent person would have sent 2 people to go and look at all the wedding dresses and 2 people to look at the other stuff, because then they could make an actual overall opinion
of
on which ones we should go for.
You should have mentioned that to Helen.
It is a fantastic display. Everything's there and everything's easily graspable.
Lucinda also has her eye on the underwear as her team's other product.
Your products are retailing from £15, so it's not a big hole in the pocket. The dress is a big thing of her life, whereas this is just like, oh wow, that's for me.
Brilliant.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, I have to say, surprised.
Me too.
Do you think that one rather than the cakes?
I reckon we are.
Yeah, I think so.
Come on, Claire.
15 minutes before the teams must choose.
Hi, Rafe.
For Claire and Rafe, final appointment of the day, a big high street retailer.
The range I want to talk to you about today is a collection of mix and match separates for bridal wear. The benefit you have with our range is it's incredibly broad appeal because it's very, very classic, it's very simple. Sometimes I don't want the big elaborate dress.
Yeah.
Total outfit's £95.
Really?
I think the whole range looks lovely. For me, that is definitely my first choice.
I have to say, my first choice is Ian Stewart.
We need to make a decision fairly quickly.
Okay, I'm going to start with Ian Stewart.
Okay. Yep.
Firstly, of course, it's higher value, so it's higher end, so it's bigger profit, okay?
What are the dresses like, Michael, just so I can try and visualise? Are they absolutely beautiful, or...?
Imagine like the dresses that the women were wearing in Beauty and the Beast, or like Les Miserables. They're very mixed as well, they're international. They are very, very unique, okay? It's between £1,600 and £2,500 per dress, okay? However, he's very renowned as designer, and there'll be a lot of people who already know about his dress. They actually come to the exhibition, okay? So for me, it's the way to go, but obviously I haven't seen the other two.
They're a very expensive dress, you know, yours. And if I were going to spend that much money on a dress, I would want the expert there, you know, selling the dress. It's, you know, ours is half the price. Some of them are absolutely beautiful, and the coloured dresses will bring people over.
Right, okay, Helen. Helen convinced Michael and I that it would be a good idea to go for middle range dresses. I had not seen the dresses that Helen went to see, so I couldn't make a judgment on them, so I had to go with what she had said.
Hi, Lucinda, it's Claire. Give us your points. What do you think? Rafe prefers Ian Stewart and I prefer BHS.
What it's coming down to is, do we really think
There's somebody walking through the doors of the NEC tomorrow who's going to pay £2.5 grand for a dress.
So
How does Ray feel about that?
Ian Stewart dresses are expensive.
Somebody goes to that NEC knowing they can get an Ian Stewart dress.
They'll go for it.
Oh, God, see, it's almost, you know, the higher the risk, the higher the gain.
Claire, you at BHS?
Let's go for Ian Stewart first option and BHS second option. Right, okay.
let's
we're doing that.
Come on, Team Alpha, come on!
So you changed that?
Yeah. We know that he's in bridal magazines. You know, he's a fantastic guy. His dresses are stunning, and visually, I think they'll have a great impact on the stand. So I'm quite happy.
After selecting different dresses, the teams head for Birmingham. Lucinda's team will sell the high-end designer gowns, while Helen has opted for the mid-range coloured dresses. But both teams want the same second product line, wedding lingerie.
Hiya, Sharon, it's Helen from Renaissance.
Hello, Helen.
They've got to convince the business owner to go with their team.
One thing that's really important for me to mention is we've selected our dresses, and they absolutely 100% complement your product line.
Okay, whose dresses are they?
Sorry, the dresses are, they're called the White Rose Collection.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hello, Sharon. It's Lucinda from Team Alpha.
Hello, Lucinda.
Hello. Oh, gosh. We've secured Ian Stewart. I don't know if you know Ian Stewart. He's been, well, for the last 4 years running, he's been the best bridal designer. He's won the prize.
I know exactly who Ian is.
Do you? Oh, fantastic.
Oh, lovely.
Great.
Brilliant. Just have to wait now, decision.
I think it'd be an absolute gutter if we don't get it.
Yeah. Shit, man, my heart just went through my mouth.
Hello, Lucinda speaking.
Hi, we think you've made a superb alliance with Ian Stewart. Very complimentary.
Brilliant.
We're absolutely delighted.
Oh, fantastic!
Yes, come on.
That is brilliant. Fantastic.
Hi, it's Helen speaking.
Unfortunately, we've actually decided that we'd like the other team.
Right, okay.
Okay, I'm really sorry about
No, it's
that.
all right. Right, we've got to pick ourselves back up.
We fucking didn't. We won it.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about! Woohoo! Team Alpha!
8:15 p.m. Birmingham.
It's a nice day.
Hey, buddy. How's it
Busy.
going?
First chance to get a closer look at their products.
I think that's beautiful.
Oh, yes.
That's all right, isn't it?
Having lost wedding lingerie, Helene's team will sell their second choice, cakes.
It's very expensive. So if we get like 15, you know, even 10 sales of these each, we're looking at a
650 times
fortune.
10.
It's a lot of money.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. That is absolutely stunning.
We're going to make dreams come true.
When I saw the products in the hotel, I was ecstatic. They are stunning. I do believe that it is what a bride would be looking for in their wedding dress.
It's massive.
Do people who come to this wedding show actually pay £2,000 for a wedding dress? That's probably one of the biggest challenges. What's going on around the back?
It's open.
Oh, it's not bad. It's not
No.
bad. Wow.
Come on in.
Oh gosh.
These are really short.
And these are for weddings.
Believe it or not, that's a wedding dress.
Some of
This one
these,
I really like.
some of these are a little bit tacky, in my opinion, in terms of I wouldn't buy them, but I can see how other people would.
The dresses that me and Michael went to see today would have been much easier to sell because they were more wedding-y, they were more glamorous. I think we've got a very difficult task ahead of us tomorrow.
The day of the show.
We are going to win today. It's so important for me.
The teams will have 8 hours to sell their wedding products.
Oh, that looks gorgeous.
Whoever takes the most money by 6 this evening will win the task.
There's a cake stand just there, just right next to us.
10 a.m. Doors open.
You won't admit you love me.
Today, more than 7,000 visitors are expected. Brides-to-be with mums and friends, looking for inspiration and hopefully their dream dress.
Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps.
In terms of, you know, the task at hand, it's all about, you know, a soft sell. It's you know, the most magical day of a girl's life, particularly. You know, 90% of purchases are by women. It's about the whole experience of buying that.
Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps.
On Lucinda's stand, the big-name designer dresses are attracting potential customers.
Look beautiful, aren't they? You've been looking for Ian Stewart,
Yes.
is that right?
Yes.
We have 11 of his dresses here.
And there's a queue to try one on.
Doesn't even need fitting. Just incredible, it's like a glove.
I do love this. Isn't it lovely?
You look absolutely gorgeous. What do you think, Lee?
Who's the lucky fellow, you know?
This is 2,414.
On Helene's stand, Alex is in charge of selling the team's mid-range coloured dresses.
The coloration of the dress really complements your skin colour, and I think that the design being short, you know, is something that you're looking for and not found elsewhere in here. So, I mean, if you're happy to take that today, what we do is we just take a deposit today of 50% of the total price.
Yes.
100% happy with that, yes. Brilliant. I don't go in for, like, the hard sell. Mine's always been like a conversational sale. I don't want to feel like I'm pressuring anyone in, because you can never pressure anyone into buying a wedding dress. You know, it just wouldn't work.
Alex has made a deal, which is brilliant news.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So everything's going really well.
Which dress was it on?
It was the really short one.
Really?
This type one? Yeah, that type of one.
Oh, wow.
The show is in full swing.
Oh, hello, ladies. Have you seen this stuff before? Okay.
For Lee on Lucinda's stand, the low-cost lingerie and honeymoon beachwear are proving an easy sell.
White pair, it's fantastic. So that's $14.99.
That's not too bad, is it?
Lovely. I'm not sure whether we'll make enough money just through purely the wedding accessories. I mean, we're turning it over. I've done probably about 8 sales already, you know what I mean? But we need to back it up with wedding dress sales.
That would look fabulous on photos, wouldn't it?
There's lots of interest, but no sales for Lucinda's costly dresses.
I think this colour's perfect on you. Have you been on holiday?
Ladies, hi, Ian Stewart dress. For me, going for the high-priced wedding dress was most certainly the high-risk strategy. But with high risks, I've learned in life and in business come high gains. So on my head be it.
It's kind of not really what I was thinking of, but I do like it. I think most people come in here and see the dresses and think, oh, they look quite unusual. They try them on and they feel $1 million and they just buy them.
I do really like it. It's the first dress I've tried on though, so...
It was beautiful. But it's a lot of money and it's the sort of decision that I'd normally go away and think about.
Hi, Ian Stewart dress.
Rafe was insistent on this high-end, expensive brand of wedding dresses without actually taking any notice of really what the mass market would buy. And this is a mass marketplace. We're not in Knightsbridge, we're in Birmingham.
Midday. Helen's team is shifting its mid-price dresses.
The sash here goes side to side, but it wraps around so it's slimming. It's the colour against your skin tone. And the thing is, it should...
You're good.
What can I say? That's good. I've just sold another one. I'm happy chappy. It's the most expensive dress, which is good.
If you wanted to buy this cake for 5 tiers, it's £545.
And you can make it look anything. It's all edible, fantastic.
Sarah and Michael are pushing their top price cakes.
The taste. We'll get our consultant to make the first point of call with you, and then over the next couple of months we'll be liaising with you about exactly what you want for the floral arrangements, for this cake, for everything, okay? And we build in another tier, and you can have different flavours for different tiers as well.
Michael is telesales, which, because you're not there in person, you have to sell hard. You have to keep them on the phone, you have to talk over them, and he's transferred that in this process over to direct face-to-face sales, and it doesn't wash.
There's a very limited amount of these, and they're only available today, and that is it.
Do you know, sometimes if you don't push yourself, you're kind of like, shall I not? Then you look around and you don't find the same cake anywhere else. You kick yourself.
Okay, can I just go away and have a think about it and phone the groom?
You can. I mean, you can call the groom. I'm here till 5:30.
Sarah can't read other people very well, and you could see people almost like, God.
It's very nice, but I need to speak to the groom as well. I wouldn't just be able to order it, so you'd have to
Is it
speak to
something
him.
like where you can pay the deposit? This is the company I like to order from because I like the taste, and then take the groom as to the final touches.
She was quite pushy trying to get a deposit out of us. It did put me off a little bit, because I don't like being forced into things and makes me back off a bit.
2:30. Lee has shifted over £300 worth of the sparkly underwear.
Would you be more interested in the thong? Yeah? So the thong starts at $14.99. Yeah, okay, cool. I've got to ask you what size you are now. On thongs. I'm selling panties, so what I'm doing is I'm guessing their size, and I'm always guessing their size lower than what I actually think it is. So what size is it? 8?
Okay, go on, 8. I'll have a 12, please.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, you can see it. I'm buzzing, yeah? I'm passionate about it, so let's go sell some more knickers.
Daddy, check, Daddy!
Dad's checkbook.
Another bride-to-be, another sale from Helen's stand.
All right, so you happy with that, yeah?
Yeah, it's great.
Brilliant.
The dresses have been a great choice. I think they can be used as bridesmaid dresses, evening dresses, going out dresses. That's definitely hit the spot with a lot of people. The price has definitely been a big winner as well. They're extremely well priced, and it's they're beautifully designed for what you get for your money.
This is 6 tiers.
3 dresses sold, but the team has yet to sell a wedding cake.
We're only giving it to a few brides for their wedding day, so if you are interested, I'd need to know today in terms of a decision. So how does it sound?
Just have a walk around and have a think,
thank you.
I know it is. People just don't want to make decisions on cakes without their husbands or their boyfriend or whatever. And it's really difficult to get a decision from people. It's harder than I thought it was going to be.
If you can't make your mind up, we'll never get started.
I think this is definitely the dress, Mum.
What do you think? Is that melt in the mouth? Delicious?
Sooner or later, I'm going to get a deal.
Oh, mate, we need some more footfall.
If you do it today, I'll give you a kiss, and I'll give you a glass. I'll give you a glass of champagne and a hug. You want to do it, don't you?
Do you want to know the price on this one? 2,220.
Just taste this cake.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Perhaps.
Oh, wow. That looks stunning.
Time is running out. The designer dresses are not selling.
Ian Stewart's and Ian Stewart Price, isn't it? Well,
By around 4 o'clock, I was seriously questioning my judgment of the price range. I think by then, we we were all thinking our prices were too high.
Sorry, be 1 minute.
Lucinda switches Lee to selling dresses.
You look absolutely $1 million. Obviously, I'm going to say that. You've got a beautiful woman standing there.
Desperate measures are called for. Rafe slips into something fluffy.
It may come across as kind of a bit childish and silly, but it does have a serious purpose, which is generate sales. And here I go.
In the lingerie company's promotional outfit, he hopes to attract attention to the team's top-end dresses.
Right, I honestly need help because I can't. I'm going to suffocate in this damn thing.
It's so beautiful. Have a discussion. Let me go away a bit because it's a bit of pressure, isn't it?
So what, you tell them what we do?
But for the designer dresses, still no sales.
It's really busy and it's quality, but I've got that woman to buy that wedding dress like that. It's $2.5 grand and I need to nail her. If we don't get this wedding dress, we're going to lose the task. And I'm worried that this high-end stuff ain't shifting. I don't know whether we've got the right dresses.
Less than 2 hours to go. Michael is still after a first sale on the £600 wedding cakes.
I don't want to push you into it, but I'm just worried that you're going to regret it if you don't do it.
Can I go away and make a phone call and speak to him about the idea?
Why don't you give him a call now? I'll step away.
Listen, there's a gentleman here that's got this cake. Well, this is like little cupcakes on like a perspex stand. So what do you think about that? Right, okay then. Okay, bye. He wants a traditional cake.
You're going to have to spend £200 more for a traditional cake and it will look dull. It's a real shame. This is your bloody wedding. Oh my God above. Go on.
I don't feel like I can go ahead with it no matter what sorts of connotations you come up with.
Yeah. I'm just going to say you're going to regret doing it. Look, you've got to take a chance in life.
I need to go away and think about it.
Okay. See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
That close. What can I do? These people are dum-dums, that's why. They're dum-dums. They don't know what they're doing. Oh.
The show winds down.
How brilliant. You can... Oh, hang on. You can't say.
After hours searching for their perfect dress, customers from earlier in the day start to come back to Lucinda's stand.
It's absolutely stunning.
Are you happy?
Yes.
You look gorgeous. When we sold our first dress, it was almost as though somebody had plugged me in and I was like a light bulb.
Well done, baby.
Thank goodness, at last we've sold a dress. This dress, do you want to try it on? There you go. That better. You look like a true English rose in this one. Brides and their mum and their friends came to the NEC, not for a couple of hours, but it was a day outing and they wanted to enjoy it. It's not like going to the supermarket to buy chicken. You're coming in to buy a very emotional purchase. Yeah, it's lovely. Is this the dress?
Obviously, people like to get the permission of the groom. It's so important, but being a lady, do you think your groom would not like the taste of this, would go, yuck, it's disgusting? So that's not an issue, the taste.
Still no cake sold. But Sarah presses
I
on.
mean, you like the taste of it. What's stopping you? If there is anything stopping, I mean, what are you thinking right now? Because you like the taste. Yeah, I like the look. I mean, having loved the taste, that I'd say is the most important thing, ladies. The taste.
I don't think I was being too pushy. Because if you're not pushy with them and you don't give them that end push, they will not go for the purchase. They'll say, I'll come back in 10 minutes and you will not see these people again.
Okay, no, that's fine, thank you.
Ready? Here you go.
Hello.
Now we've got, because the dresses are quite long and you're fairly petite.
15 minutes to go.
If you buy two, obviously, we can look at the price for you, so you're not paying the full price.
Superb. Do you want to get out that one then?
We're going to place an order for 2 dresses. Would you like to just close it for me?
Yeah.
So it's the Sorrento dress, size 10, with bolero jacket, and I said flower from the jacket to be removed so it can be worn in the hair. Now I will pass you over to my colleague. Happy? Yeah. The dress is bought.
6 p.m. The end of the task.
The cake one is a bit empty, unfortunately. Yes. But the dresses have been a success, that's for certain, so I'm really pleased.
All right, Nick. How you doing?
Hi, Nick.
Let's have some money.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
See you then.
After a day in Birmingham, it's back to the boardroom to find out who took the most money.
After all the blood, sweat and tears of the last couple of days, if we don't win this task, I might as well just throw myself under a bus because I could not have done anything more.
You can go through to the boardroom now.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now, Helen, you were the team leader of Renaissance, is
Yes.
that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and Lucinda, team leader of Alpha. Yes. Good team leader, ladies and gentlemen?
Very good.
Yeah,
Very
good.
good.
Yes, worked well?
Really enjoyed working together.
Right. There's some positive stuff coming out here, Lucinda, isn't there, considering some of the comments made a few weeks ago about your good self? Good.
We split into 2 groups. Claire and Rafe went on to the dress group. Lee and I went and saw the accessories.
And how did we come to the decision on what dress you was going to take?
Well, obviously, Claire and I first went off to the high-end retailer. We knew he had a reputation. We knew he won 4 awards in a row. So I was happy just to go, straight in.
Big risk.
It is,
right?
yeah.
A big risk to go for the highest.
It's a big risk around, but you know.
You taking that responsibility then off Lucinda's shoulders?
No. I mean, look, if it becomes clear that we, haven't sold enough to win this, I'm fully aware that I will take responsibility for most of that. But we did consensually agree.
Who was selling the wedding dresses? Just Claire.
That was me.
What about you,
Also,
Lucinda?
I helped as well.
And what was you doing then, Lee?
So I was basically during the morning and the early part of the afternoon selling the wedding accessories.
The sparkling knickers.
Sparkling knickers, bikinis, flip-flops.
Do you feel you're now the foremost expert on that?
On how to sell a lady a thong?
Yeah.
Yes.
Helen, on the dresses, did your people go and see all 4
Yes, we
wedding
did.
dress vendors?
Yes, we did, Sir Alan.
Myself and Helen saw 2, and Michael and Sarah saw 2 of the wedding dress suppliers.
No one person saw all 4?
No one person
No.
saw all 4, Sir Alan.
Right.
The fundamental error for me, an absolutely awful error, was not having 2 people seeing all the dresses, because I couldn't then make a decision on whether the mid-range coloured dresses were better than the high-end ones. But I was very, very keen to go for the high-end dress retailer.
I have no regret about the dress choice whatsoever. I think it was a really good choice for the day.
OK, well, let's see how we got on, shall we? Nick, on Alpha?
Alpha came home with a total of £5,752.99.
And how did that break down? What was the big...
That broke down as Lee's stirring work with the spangly knickers brought home £647.24.
Right.
And Claire brought home £5,105.
How many dresses
with
did
3
that-
designer dresses.
Margaret, let's hear the numbers for Helen's team.
Well, they sold 5 dresses, but no cakes, and they raised a total of £1,925.
Right. Well, you rolled the dice there, you lot, and you won. So well done on your gamble.
Also, Alan, some great salesmanship from Claire. She worked like a trooper.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
And well led by
Thank you,
Lucinda,
Nick.
too.
Good, good. OK, well, I've arranged for you a private room in a fashionable spa in the City of London, a spa where companies send all their high-flying executives to relax and enjoy yourself. So well done on this task. Helen and Renaissance, one of you will be getting fired. Off you go, and I'll see you later.
Thanks, sir.
You got your sparring.
We've all done incredibly well. Thank you. Cheers. Here's Team Alpha.
Cheers, absolutely. Cheers, Alpha.
I don't like that. It tastes like leaves. A bit aniseedy. No. Maybe I'm too northern and like PG tips.
This treatment is completely based on principles of energy.
We all tried our absolute best to sell every item.
To be honest with you, I think it's about taking gambles and taking chances, and I think we played it safe, and I think that's why we lost.
I don't think we did too bad selling 5 dresses, but product choice, you know, the cake was a hard sell. Not a £10 cake, is it? It's £500.
Myself, Michael and Alex put all that we had, absolutely everything we had, into selling, and the person who least contributed was Helen herself.
It's interesting when you know that you've lost, how suddenly people start to turn and their opinions change, and it's all about covering your ass.
The only person to blame for the failing of this task is Helen. I'm going to be interested to see how she's going to spin her way out of this.
Yes, Sir Alan. Sir Alan's ready for you now.
Michael, I got the distinct impression, even before I'd announced the results, that you were already kind of covering your tracks on this.
It's not correct, Sir Alan.
Well, why didn't you push for the designer dresses?
I did push for the designer dresses. That was...
You didn't push for the designer dresses.
I felt that the designer dresses, the high-end dresses, were the way to go forward. However...
Can I quote what you actually said?
Yeah.
Not to everyone's taste, quite niche, quite expensive.
I did say that, but I...
It don't sound like a recommendation to me.
Our
It's
argument...
either you didn't recognise and understand the importance that this was the jewel in the crown as far as the 4 dresses that you were being offered, or that you just wanted to let someone else make the decision?
Our argument was...
You were the ones that went and saw it, you see,
Our
which is a flaw, by the way, because two of you should have seen the whole 4, and then you could have come up with a qualified decision.
What I would say is, you know, if someone had have come on the phone and passionately said, absolutely, we should be doing this, at no point was that ever up for debate.
But, you know, as a team leader, you should have been saying,
No, I agree,
I want
Simon.
all the 4 dresses seen by somebody at least, and you didn't, right?
I agree, Sir Alan.
A big flaw. Alex, as a 6-time veteran, I believe, on losing teams, are you just an unlucky person, or what?
He did really well, Sir Alan, on this
Yeah,
last,
I know,
the
everybody
last
says
2 days.
he does really well. I don't know whether he's got this thing about, you know, mesmerising his team leaders. I mean, he's always on the losing side. Why are you always on the losing side?
I don't know, Sir Alan. I don't believe I could have done any more. I stood for 6 hours, and out of the £1,925 that we sold on the day, I sold £1,495 of it, which is well over 3/4 of the revenue.
So if it's not you that is going to be responsible for the failure in this task, who is?
It was a sales task, so the only thing I can take from that is the person who sold the least stuff on the day. I mean, that would be the fairest way
that'd be
that I
me
could
then.
do. But I mean,
I've got to
then
say,
again, Sarah,
can I just say it's a team effort. I can't be there actually selling the dress because you said you look after the dresses, so I was bringing people in. So to say that, oh, the person who didn't close the deal is responsible for the failure of the task, I find highly unfair.
Helen, cakes. Why'd you end up with the cakes then?
Because we lost out to the team.
Right.
I picked the accessories straight away. As soon as I saw it, I thought, that is going to sell. And I went in with an awful lot of passion, and she seemed to really, really gel with us.
Did she ask you what else you had on your stand? What else you were going to...
I told her that this is the dresses that we'd chosen.
Picking of the wrong dresses, in my opinion, has had a double-barreled effect here, because if you'd have come up to this woman and said to her, by the way, we've got one of the leading dress designers, so therefore your stuff is going to be complimented by that, you may have convinced her, and I think that's what pulled off the deal for Lucinda. I also heard that Sarah and Michael actually backed cakes. You wanted to do cake.
Correct, Sir Alan.
You saw from your results you didn't sell any.
That's correct.
Why
Sir
not?
Alan. I think mainly because we found out that it was a decision that couldn't just be made by the bride alone. It was a decision that had to be made with the bride, the groom, and also the family as well.
So a mistake to choose it?
A mistake to choose it, so...
We tried our absolutely best, but
we pitched our hearts out.
Obviously.
But that's not a good enough excuse.
A bit too hard, I think, perhaps.
A bit too hard?
Yeah. On cakes, there was quite a lot of feedback that people felt they were being bludgeoned by Michael and Sarah. There was something relentless about them both. I mean, you'd have been scared to buy a cake.
I mean, Sarah, you have got a tendency of transmitting but not receiving. You've got a tendency of talk, and not listening to what the person's saying. And there are some times where you have to be very subtle in the manner in which you're going about selling something. You have to be interested in the people, first of all. Not just bang, 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 buy my cake, buy my cake.
Only towards the end, I must admit, is a form of desperation in the last half an hour where I did try to go for the hard sell because the softly approach wasn't working. People would say, OK, we'll come back in about 10, 15 minutes, we'll have a look at other stands, and then no one came back. And in the last half an hour, I must admit, it was a form of desperation where I was going for the hard sell just to sell 1 or 2 cakes.
We were just trying to make a sale, Sir Alan. Unfortunately, we didn't make a sale.
Listen, one of you's going to go here today, right? I've got you two who stood around all day long trying to sell cakes, and I've got this fella here who's got the Appreciation Society telling me that, what a wonderful chap he is, right?
Alex doesn't deserve to get fired, Sir Alan, on this occasion at all. He performed brilliantly on both days.
Helen seemed to have made her decision already because, the next part of this process is that I'm going to ask her as team leader to bring 2 people back into this room. Am I correct in assuming it's going to be those 2,
yes,
Sarah and Michael?
Yes, sir.
OK. Alex, you've managed to escape again. You not only charmed the people to buy the dresses off you, you seem to have a way of charming your teammates. Maybe it is because you do work very, very hard. Go back to the house. You 3, step outside, and I'll call you back in shortly, where one of you will get fired. This is a very, very difficult one because to me, I can see two of them that really should go this week.
I think there's reasons for all of them to go, actually.
They seem to me to be dead in the water before they even get going. They sold the wrong things. They had the wrong things.
Yes, Sir Alan. Sir Alan will see you now.
Helene, it's simple. You chose the wrong dress designer.
Well, what's interesting about my team is nobody strongly advocated anything throughout the day in terms of, Helene, I think you're missing the point, I think you're going wrong, go with the expensive dresses. Nobody strongly advocated anything on the day.
Can I say something? Because I'm starting to get, I didn't want to get irritated and get hysterical like I always do, but I'm starting to get very fed up with this now. We lost this task for one reason only.
Product selection.
Poor product selection. Okay.
You wanted the cakes, though, right?
I did want no.
You wanted the cakes, and you saw
Because
the dresses that won the day for the other team.
We did see the dresses.
Okay, so go on. Poor product selection.
We could have had a stronger argument.
Michael, there's one important point that you're forgetting here. When we were communicating that information to them, you were actually still talking about the low-end
Sarah,
range.
you were trained as a barrister, right? And it seems to me the only skills you've got is defending yourself all the time. But as you know, a judge wouldn't allow you to keep over-talking to someone else. Will you let him finish what he's got to say? Because I've got plenty of time. I'll listen to what you've got to say.
I apologise for that.
Right, okay. I've just been listening to what's basically been veiled as me being putting as a scapegoat for all this. I'm just thinking to myself...
Well, it's a scapegoat. You didn't sell anything. You were the one who went out and viewed the dress that won the day for the other team. So where's the scapegoat?
We couldn't do anything about that.
How could we compare it to the other two suppliers?
Hold a second. Sorry, we should have gone for the high-end products, okay, which I did endorse, but I didn't put a strong enough argument across.
So you're saying it's her fault, then?
I am saying it's her fault. And you know what? Like a mug, I've been sitting here and doubting my sales ability. Do you know what? There were tenfold as many people who absolutely loved the way that I was presenting those cakes. The main problem was we couldn't sell the cakes because no one was interested in buying them.
The fundamental flaw here was that the sales approach on this was wrong in the sense that you're not selling double glazing.
I didn't sell it like a hard sell double glazing. Do
We
you agree
tried
with
our
me?
absolute best to sell those cakes. It was really difficult. The first questions we were asking, are you getting married? Who are you getting married to? Really interested in their wedding. It is new. You know, it's all edible. You can do this to it. You can do that to it. You can, you know, have different colours put in it. It'll be like a wow factor at your wedding. We explained all those points. It's so difficult.
Listen, I tell you what, if I would have been one of the recipients of your sales pitch, if it's anything like what you're doing now, I would have got hold of your head and pushed it in the bloody cake.
Sir Alan.
You go off like a machine gun.
Okay.
What I'm here is to try and work out which one of you is responsible for the failure on this task, okay? I think it's quite clear, from Michael's point of view, you're putting the blame with Helene. Is that right? And Helene, where are you placing the blame?
If I had to, I'd probably place the blame on Sarah.
I see.
Okay, can I just
And that's mainly for what reason?
She just solidly... Sarah, I'm speaking, yeah? You work very hard, but you speak at people. You don't read body language. You don't read anything. You just speak at people. And I was cringing at the side of you.
What have you got to say about that?
Out of the three of us, Helen had the least contribution. She was wearing the wedding dress throughout the day. But what did you actually contribute the whole day? I was
sold
working.
two dresses.
It was actually a whole team effort of us actually selling. I bought in customers for
It's quite interesting
Alex.
how you mentioned the word team, because it clearly wasn't a team.
I think I've heard enough, and it's as simple as this. Helene, this task was lost on the first day, and it's because you didn't recognise what this was about, the captured audience and the passionate customers that I provided. Sarah, for the past 8 weeks, there's been lots of suggestions that you actually don't do anything. Your arguments are always very confusing. You've alienated customers in this particular task, and that's the feedback that I got. Michael, I've got a list as long as my arm about the apologies, you putting your hands up. You know, I don't know how many more times I can listen to that nonsense. I'm in a dilemma as to who's going to go. One thing I am sure, who's going right now, Sarah, you're fired. Michael, I think I've reached the end of the road with you. I'm sorry. Your attitude has been, yes, Sir Alan, I got that wrong. Yes, Sir Alan, I got this wrong. There is no room for any more mistakes as far as I'm concerned. So
Sir Alan, can I just say something, please? I don't want to sound like I'm begging, but if you can give me another opportunity to be a project manager, again, show you what I'm capable of. I did a fantastic job last time as project manager. I've got more to give than just being a salesman. I really do. I really, really do. I won't let you down.
get back to the house, the pair of you. Go on then. Off you go. Talk about a cat with 9 lives. Sarah, I mean, I gave her enough chances. In the end, I thought to myself, do I need someone like this, sounding like an air raid siren, working for me?
I find it really difficult to work in a team. Having to work with teammates that you don't personally like, you don't get along with. I cannot work under a project manager telling me what to do. I cannot have people telling me what to do. So in a team environment, I don't think I'm so good. So I've learned that I can't do that, and I will work individually, and I will be my own boss, and that's what I'm going to go and do.
On this one, I don't have a clue who's going to get fired.
I don't either.
I don't have a clue.
Oh my God!
Michael!
Oh my God!
You all right, buddy?
How you doing? Don't want you to go home. All right.
You know, I did make a lot of mistakes on this task, and I've got to prove myself now. It was my first experience in a boardroom, and you have to save yourself. You know, there's one job, there's 7 of us here, 6 of us are going to go, and that's the reality of it.
One job, now just 7 candidates remain. Sir Alan's search for his apprentice continues. Next time on The Apprentice.
You're going to advertise tissue.
The teams must launch their brands.
We could call our brand Snot.
With a TV ad.
Plenty of passion.
It's coming together.
Will they think outside the box?
I didn't
And what you should have
fucking
done-
volunteer.
Or be a box office flop?
I want to direct. Action.
It looks bad to you.
Yeah, it looks bad to me.
I didn't send you out to make a remake of Ben-Hur. You're fired.
Well, Sarah's not been dumped at the altar alone. Adrian Charles offered her a shoulder to cry on. It's The Apprentice, You're Fired on BBC Two now. And remember, there's exclusive videos and interviews at bbc.co.uk/apprentice. And a spot of naughty business on BBC Three as Kevin and Perry are losing it. Well, that's the idea.